guys? Welcome to my very first Pokemon Fight Club Fantasy League battle planning video. So basically this will be a video where I explain why I might use or not certain Pokemon in the upcoming battle of the Pokemon Fight Club Fantasy League. You see on screen the Pokemon me and my opponent have the right to use. So this week I'm playing against the Atlanta Fearows, coached by Damien, also known as Driven Gaming. My team is led by Mega Metagross and his team is led by Miguel Altaria. I'll go by tier and explain why I'm gonna use each Pokemon slash why I'm not gonna use certain Pokemon. First of all, Mega Metagross is obviously gonna come in action. It can pretty much take care of, I'd say 75% of his team. It can cover Altaria with steel moves and probably a move like Ice Punch, which would also be a good thing. It can cover Chandelure with an Earthquake if I get to Mega Evolve before I face it. I need to make sure, however, that he is not Scarfed before I send Mega Metagross to face Chandelure. Because if he is Scarfed, I ran some quick calcs, and if I don't have any defensive EVs, well, special defensive EVs in fact, he could pretty much take me out in a single hit. However, it's the same thing for me. Earthquake is minimum 99.5% or something like that on a non-physically invested Chandelure. So if I have Mega Evolved before I face Chandelure and he is not Scarfed, even though the typing matchup is really not in my favor, I know that I can kill his Chandelure. Next is the OU tier. So I see a couple of Pokemon that can use some ground type moves. I see Drapion, Rhyperior, I think Electivire has access to Earthquake, stuff like that. So a levitating electric Pokemon is really ideal in this situation. I might run a specially defensive Rotom Wash with moves like Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and the fourth move could be something like Trick, Recover, not Recover, but Plane Split, maybe a Hidden Power to cover something I don't already do. So I'm gonna play with possibilities with Rotom Wash, but my intention is to make it defensive. So as you might have understood, I will not use Raikou this week unless my plans change. But if I was to battle like tonight or tomorrow, Raikou would not see action on week 1. For the UU tier, I have the choice between Milotic, Hydreigon, and Nidoqueen, which is in the pickup rounds. My intention is to bring Hydreigon because it has a very large move pool that can take care of many of its Pokemon. I can use a Flash Cannon for its Altaria. I can use Flamethrower / Fire Blast or something like that for its Scizor. I can use Dark Pulse for its Chandelure. I can use what can I use for a Crobat? Let me see. I can use does it have access to okay, so I don't have a specific move to take care of Crobat, but anyways, I can use Surf on Rhyperior, on a Magmortar. I can use, I think, Focus Blast. Let me see. Yes, I can use Focus Blast for once again is Rhyperior and it's Bisharp. I can use Earth Power for Drapion, Magmortar, also Chandelure if I'm locked into it. It can also work against Electivire, Bisharp, etc. So I really have a large move pool to play with that can pretty much cover every one of its Pokemon, especially if I know that I can outspeed them. So, as you might have understood, I will probably not be bringing Milotic for this week, and Nidoqueen, I will talk about it later. So for the Arduteer, I think I really don't need the rocks that much this week, because he's probably gonna have a Defog Crobat, so or Scizor or something like that, so it won't even last if I use a Steelix just for rocks. Also, Chansey can use a rocks instead of Steelix, so basically it's using one move slot instead of a full Pokemon slot for a special role. So Steelix could have been good against Altaria, but its special defense is a little low, and it's an easy target for Pokemons like Magmortar, Chandelure, stuff like that. So I don't really want to take the risk of using Steelix just for a few specific missions that other Pokemon, when used correctly, can do. So I will bring Scrafty as my Ardu Pokemon in the first week if everything stays as is. Scrafty is very good once you set up a Dragon Dance. It can outspeed a lot. I will probably go with 2 stab moves and a coverage move. As an example, Poison Jab, maybe something like Rock Tomb. I think Scrafty can use a Rock Tomb. I gotta verify. Just a second. Scrafty Dex moves. Can it learn Rock Tomb? Yes, it can. So it's gonna be like Dragon Dance, 2 stab moves, and a coverage move that I will decide later. For the NU tier, I have the choice between Pyroar and Mismagius. Pyroar could have been a very good Pokemon with a fire move. However, I'm pretty certain to use a fire move on Hydreigon, which is a lot more versatile and has better stats, and pretty much all around is a much better choice than Pyroar. So since I'm not gonna use Pyroar by default, I'm gonna use Mismagius. Mismagius is probably gonna run Destiny Bond, Taunt, or something like that with 2 attacks. I'd say something like Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, maybe Psychic. I don't know. In fact, Psychic moves don't do anything against this team. It's only super effective against Crobat. So probably something like I'd say Power Jam to surprise and cover Pokemons like Galvantula, Magmortar, Chandelure, Crobat, stuff like that. So yeah, Mismagius is pretty much guaranteed to see action in week 1. As for my last Pokemon, it was between Chansey and Nidoqueen. Chansey is not an offensive force, but I think I still will go ahead and use it instead of Nidoqueen. The reason is that I see many specially offensive Pokemon on this team that will be a huge threat for my other Pokemons like Scrafty, Metagross, stuff like that. So I want to use Chansey with Eviolite, and probably the two defenses maxed out instead of going like full HP, full defense. I'll go full defense and full special defense. That's the planning right now. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the league or about how we plan ahead or anything, just ask a question in the comment section below. So that's pretty much it for this battle planning video. Once again, I told you what I said in this video is not 100% certain to happen. I might make some last minute changes, but if I was to battle tomorrow or tonight or something like that, this would be my team. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. If you want to follow the Pokemon Fight Club Fantasy League from the inside, the link to the group will be in the description. And yep, I'm done for today. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.